Hi, good morning. I'm Nazima and I'm back with my video. This is for chapter 2 and it's the part 2 which is related to the grammar topics and also some writing skills are added to it. There is also an analysis of a poem written by Maya Angelou. It's an amazing poem on human family. So here we go. Yes. So, how the squirrel got his strips. So, we are going to learn the poem, The Human Family. Grammar topics, adjectives and adjective orders. Like, how are we supposed to use adjectives if there are more than two adjectives or three adjectives used to describe a noun? And finally, we're also going to learn how to write a notice. So, in this chapter, we are just going to learn how to write a notice for a lost thing, okay? All right, so before we start, okay, let's observe. So students, what do you see? The picture that has come to your right hand side. Mm-hmm. You're right. It's a family picture. Mom, dad, two kids, a happy going family, right? Now there's a question for you, okay? What do you understand by the word family? When I say family, what exactly comes to your mind? Mm-hmm. A very simple, easy, breezy, lemon squeezy question. Yeah, absolutely. Family means you rightly said it's the bond. It gives the warmth, the love, the affection. Yes, united, we stay together in a house. Mom, dad, brother, sister, grandparents. Wow. All right. Can you name three differences you see among people in your school or in your community? So you might have been to schools, you might have been to malls, you might have been to different places around. What are the differences that you see in the people around? Not all the people are same, right? So what difference do you see? I'll name one. Oh, everybody is not of the same height. So some are tall, some are short. So what other two differences can you add? Perfect. Yes, skin, color. Yes, behavior. Yeah, why not? Do you think people from different countries have more similarities or more differences? Like if you compare Indians and if you compare, okay, Chinese, and if you compare Americans or people who are in the European countries, or if you like, Africans. So, do you think there is any difference in the people around? Now, it doesn't depend only on the physical appearances. You can think of on a very broader aspect. Truly said, okay? No matter we belong to either any country, what matters is that we are human. So, students, by the end of this video, by the end of this lesson of chapter 2 NIOS, okay, how the squirrel got his strips and the grammar part, we are going to learn what adjectives are, okay, and their order, adjective order. We're also going to explore adjectives in the poetry and the prose. So, as we are going to go through the poem by the amazing poet Maya, okay, and we'll understand how the beautiful adjectives makes your poem so rich, so creative. And finally, we are also going to learn a notice, how to write a notice using adjectives effectively. So you know what I describe adjectives like a paintbrush. Okay? It's like a paintbrush that like we have to use it very wisely to make your writing colorful, clear, captivating, beautiful. So first part A, I'm going to start with the poem Human Family. The poem is written by Maya Angelou. Yes. So this poem is in your text, chapter 2, written by Maya Angelou. She is an amazing poet, a writer, a dramatist. Okay. So here is some information about what exactly the poem reflects. So if you see over here, the poem highlights the diversity and underlining unity of humanity. It explores the variation in appearance, personality, and experiences. So, after the small summary of the poem, I'm going to teach you the poem stanza wise. So, finally, it is like in a nutshell, if I say, it tells us about united we stand, okay, like, and divided we fall, no, irrespective of the class, the creed, the religion, the skin color, the appearance, the height, the weight, where are you born, okay, whether you're rich, whether you're poor, all this doesn't matter because these differences are superficial, okay, they don't have any importance. And as compared to the fundamental similarities, if we have got the fundamental rights, the freedom of speech, the freedom of liberty, the freedom of moving around, the freedom of expression, so that's all we all share as humans. The poem also reflects the theme of equality and unity that runs through Angela's other works. So she is a social worker, and she has been, like, into bringing up awareness among people, okay, spreading the message of unity. And its message of acceptance echoes the civil rights struggles prevalent during her time. So during her time, when there was a lot of disturbance, it can be domestic violence, it can be even the internal wars, or it can be the external wars, international wars that might be happening during that time. But yes, she goes ahead and explains an amazing poem. So I'll stop this PPT for you now, and we are going to get into the text where we are going to learn the poem. So give me 1 second. Here it comes. Yes. So there we have the amazing poem. So it's there in your textbook as well. Yeah, there it is. Okay, so Human Family, written by, if you see, it's written over here by Maya Angelou. Okay, so let's go through the poem. If you see, that we have stanza 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 stanzas. Okay, the poem is written in 5 stanzas. So let's start. Okay, so this is the title of the poem. And the first stanza says, I note the obvious differences in the human family. Some of us are serious, some thrive on comedy. So what does Maya, the poet, says? That I have noticed that there is difference in human people. Okay, human family. Some are very serious, like, it's about the nature. They don't talk much, they're a little silent. Some are very humorous. They would love to giggle around, talk with everyone, make fun. For them, life is like a, okay, it's amazing. So they even spread the kind of happiness around. The variety of our skin tones can confuse, bemuse, delight. Brown and pink and beige and purple, tan and blue and white. So in the second stanza, the poet Maya Angelou is specifically mentioning the skin color. Yes, even in our family, you might have somebody who is little fair enough, somebody who is on the darker side of the skin, somebody is whitish. Yes, yes. So that's what she mentions. The variety of our skin tones can confuse, can be muse. I'm going to detail tell you about the meanings of the words which are new for you after the explanation of the poem. Their delight. Some are brown, some are pink. Now, I won't say pink as a color of skin, but then there are some people who are more than expected fair enough. So if you see them, people, especially when they're in the Antarctica or Russian people, this is what I have seen. So you can see their skin has got the pinkish kind of reflection. Okay, some are beige, lighter brown in color. Okay, little, and purple. Okay, so we won't purple. Might have not seen purple unless and until there is a alien coming out from another planet. Okay, so purple, like, it is not exactly the mention, but the poet, no, a poet always uses some kind of creativity to create humor. Tan. Yes, when we are continuously exposed to the sunlight, our skin gets tan and blue and white. The third stanza says, I've sailed upon the seven seas. Wow. And stopped in every land. I've seen the wonders of the world, not yet one common man. So here she mentions that she has moved around the world, okay? Upon the seven seas, it's like a phrase. Okay, and can you also guess seven seas? What kind of figure of speech is it? Yeah, you're right. It is alliteration. Have sailed upon the sea. So such kind of questions, they pop up in the papers. Okay, and stopped in every land. So she's visited every land. I've seen the wonders of the world and not your common man. So wherever I've gone, I've not seen one similarity between two people. Okay, so that's what she mentions, that every person is unique. Every person has its own identity. You might have not in the next stanza, she has mentioned beautifully, I know 10,000 women called Jane and Mary Jane. Okay, so she says now it is an exaggeration, it is an hyperbole. Okay, in the course of time, when I will teach you figures of speech, I will come back to what is an hyperbole. Okay, where you exaggerate. So here she means that she know many women whose name are Jane and Mary Jane. Okay, so there might be two people of the same name, right? But do you think they will be identical? No, but I've not seen any two who really were the same. So that's what she means. I note the obvious differences between each sort and type, but we are more alike, my friends, than we are unlike. So much meaning is hidden in this sentence. We are more alike, my friends, than we are alike. So here, poet Maya has made repetition. She has repeated these lines. Okay, why? Why does a poet repeat certain lines or words? Yes, she want to make it, yeah, she want to make it more rhythmic probably, or she want to make it more obvious. She want to make it more striking, I would rather say. So she says, wherever I went, whomever I've seen, wherever I've gone, I haven't seen two people alike. So we are unlike, but still we are friends. All right. So that was the explanation. Coming back to our presentation, where we have, okay, these were the difficult words that we have come across. The poem, thrive on. Okay. So you there, it means to do well, to grow, to succeed, or to gain energy. Profundity, great depth of thought or meaning. Confuse, to make someone unable to think clear. I'm confused. Sometimes we use, no? When we are not in a very proper state of mind. Sorry, ma'am, I didn't understand that. I'm so confused. Please, could you help me? Again, bemuse. Okay, to puzzle or confuse, but here often in a very gentle and amusing way. Okay, in confused, we are a little frustrated kind of a thing. But to bemuse means, in a very gentle and amusing way, you use it. Okay, delight, great pleasure or happiness. Beige, how do we pronounce it? Beige, light brownish color. Tan, when your skin gets a little darker when exposure to sun. Seven seas, it's like an old phrase. So if you have traveled a lot in your life, you say, oh my God, I've gone across seven seas. That doesn't mean you have counted all the seven seas, okay? It's just an exaggeration to say that I have crossed across the oceans and the seas. Common man, we generally use this for an ordinary average person. Okay, jib, to match or to agree. Moors, large, open, uncultivated areas of lands. Like nothing is grown out over there. Thrive, to do well or prosper. Sort and type, different type of people, right? Unlike, not alike, means different. So that was the analysis of the poem, Human Family. Moving on to the grammar part. Okay, so I'm pretty sure students, you know what are adjectives, right? Mm-hmm. You're right. It is a describing word. It tells us more about a noun, a person, place, thing, or idea. For example, yeah, small squirrel, golden watch. How is the watch? Golden watch. Happy child, right? Yes. So over here, the word small, golden, happy, these are adjectives. You're right. Okay. Think of adjective as the colors you add to a plain drawing. So it's like, adjectives are using a paintbrush and coloring your writing skill and making it beautiful. In How the Squirrel Got His Stripes, we find adjectives like small brown squirrel, large heavy stones, three white strips. So, this is a very important thing that I want to bring to your notice. That is, if you can see, there are two adjectives used over here. How are the stones? Large and heavy. How is the stone? Large and heavy. How are the strips? Three white strips. Okay. So we are going to go through the adjective order. Like when we have more than two or three adjectives, what are we supposed to do? How are we supposed to order them? Okay, that's what we are going to understand in our next slide. So let's come back to our slide. Okay. So this is something very, very important. Okay, students. How are you supposed to order the adjectives if there are more than two? Because you just can't put it the way you want to do it, right? Okay, so now let's understand. When using more than one adjective before a noun, there's a natural order in English. So the grammar, like rules tells us that first we have to put the opinion. Are you understanding it? First the opinion. Then if there is a mention of the size, small, big, then if the noun has a description of its shape, and if there is a boy whose age is also mentioned, okay, color, origin, which place is he from, Indian, Japanese, Egyptian, Sri Lankan, African, American, kind of material. If it is like, you're talking about a kind of a jacket. Okay, so when we talk material, it's a woolen jacket kind, or it's a fur jacket. And then finally is the noun. So before the noun, we put the adjectives, right? So these are the, you have to understand, you have to uh, go ahead with the order of this opinion. Like it's a beautiful, small, red, old, pink, Japanese. I'm just trying to use all, okay? Japanese material, okay, silk, scarf, okay? So this is very important. You really have to understand this, the way you're supposed to use it, okay? Opinion, size, shape, age, color, origin, material, noun. Now there's an example. A lovely, because that's my opinion, it's a lovely. Small, when I talk about the size, okay? Okay, 1 second. Okay. So we talk about, yes, opinion. This is my opinion, right? Okay, this is my opinion. A lovely. What is the size? Small. What is the shape? It's round. What's the age? Age doesn't mean only numbers, huh? You can also say old, young. Which color is it? Brown. Origin? Indian. Material is, it's made up of wood. So you won't write the word wood, wooden. And what noun is it? It is a table. Got it? But what is missing in this? Tell me. Mm-hmm. Yes, the commas. Can you see that? The commas are missing over here. Indian, wooden. This is just to give you an example, okay? And then, yes. Okay, so you need to put the commas over here. All right. So this is the main order, how it is supposed to be. Now let's understand whether you are able to identify. Okay, let's check it out. Okay, there's going to come a picture in front of you. Just observe it. It's a, yes, it's a table, a small table, a wooden table. Now tell me, I'm going to give you two options. Are you going to say it a wooden brown small table? See the sequence, okay? A wooden, it's the material, brown is the color, and small is the size. wooden brown small table, or will you say a small brown wooden table? What sounds much better? Think. So, what do you feel? Is this the correct sound better, or is this grammatically correct? You're right. A small brown wooden table. What is the reason for that? What's the reason? Because we are following the adjective order. Exactly right. We are following this adjective order. Which one? This. Wooden was the color. Yes. A small wooden, what is it? A small brown wooden table. So a small, because size will come first. Okay. Old wooden table. Okay. And it's about the color also, brown, right? A small brown wooden table. I will describe something using adjectives for you. Okay. Now let's check it out. You have to guess it. A shiny, round, silver kitchen tool. Come on, can you guess? It's shiny, it's round, it's silver, it's like, sometimes we use it in the temple for giving the prasad. Okay? Kitchen tool. Any guesses? Yes, it's a spoon. Great guess. The last part of this video is we are going to learn how to write a notice. Now, our purpose of understanding adjectives is we are going to use adjectives to describe our lost thing. For example, over here, the child Aman Bansal has lost his wristwatch. So we begin with this. We have to write this. Okay, so this is a very important way of writing it. So let me highlight it for you. We have to write notice, write down the date, whichever year it is, lost wristwatch. Sometimes you can even mention lost. It is notified that I have lost my wristwatch somewhere in the school premises during lunch hour. It is a brand new Titan watch with a brown strap, see the adjective, and black dial. So the moment you have a description of it, it comes in front of your eyes. Oh, it's a Titan watch with a brown strap and a black dial. If anyone has found it, kindly return it to me as soon as possible. A suitable reward will be given to the finder. Okay, and write down Aman Bans or whoever. If it is yours, you will write your own name. And then if you want to mention the grade also, you can write over there 10th. Okay, you can put it over there. So you can even put it over there like, okay, 10th, A, B, whatever. So that's how we go ahead and write a. So there will be cells. So there are two samples given in your textbook also, chapter. So you can go through it. It should be short. You don't have to use longer sentences, because nobody's interested in reading your notices. Okay, it has to be crisp, short, and grammatically correct without any spelling mistakes. Okay, so now let's check. So what have we learned, students, today? We have learned what are adjectives. Yes. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention it. We have learned the analysis of the poem written by Maya Angelou, Human Family. Then we also learned what are adjectives and how are we going to place the adjectives in a sentence if we are describing it. We also learned how to write a notice, especially for things that are lost. So here's a small homework for you. Imagine you have lost a briefcase containing important documents while traveling by bus. So you were just in a hurry burry and you just left you got down from the bus. So you have to complete this notice because you have to put it in the newspaper, right? You have some important documents in that. So include all the details described in the briefcase. Which color is it? What does it contain? Write your contact number and your address so that the person who finds, if you're lucky enough, will come and return it back. Okay. So there is still humanity in this world. Okay. So that's all for today. This was something which we have come to the end of chapter 2, how the squirrel got his strips. In the previous video, we there was an explanation of the story, and in the second video, part 2, had the grammar topics and the writing skill and the poem. So let's meet next in the next video. Until then, goodbye, take care.